Helldivers by Arrowhead Game Studios is the perfect game to play if all you want to do is get together with some friends and squash some bugs. Basically, it's Starship Troopers the game. The plot involves mankind now living on a planet called Super Earth, but unfortunately it's constantly getting attacked by 3 alien races. There's the bugs, who are your normal Starship Trooper enemy. There's the cyborgs. And there's the mysterious Illuminati, who you can find running around with high-tech weaponry like teleporters and plasma cannons. Humanity's only defense against these 3 extraterrestrial bastards is an army called the Helldivers, and they're the only ones capable of taking on this fight. This is the map showing the current war being fought by all players of the game. As you can see, the bug army has currently been pushed way back, so we're nearly at their main nest. However, the cyborgs are getting dangerously close to home, so we should probably do something about that. This is just one example of how the war can turn out. Every match you complete will gain a thing called influence, and when the influence bar reaches the top, everybody will advance forward. It's cool that as an entire community we're all working towards a common goal. Obviously everything you do is actually pretty insignificant. I mean, look at how much the influence bar increases when you win a match. Wow. But it is a pretty neat idea and does make you feel like you're part of something big. The war resets itself when either the aliens are wiped out or Super Earth is destroyed. So anyway, onto the gameplay. As you can see, this is a twin-stick shooter, but it's a pretty technical one. For example, reloading. Ammo is limited, and what doesn't help the matter is that whenever you reload, you lose all the bullets that were left in your previous clip. You have to forget about your old habits of constantly reloading whenever there's a moment's peace. If you only shot a couple of bullets, then reloading would be a waste. I like it. For one thing, it's more realistic. In real life, if you reload, obviously you lose whatever was left in that last clip. In fact, I'm surprised that other so-called realistic shooters don't have this mechanic. Another important aspect of the game are these things called stratagems. These are basically your special moves and can vary from anything from heavy weapons to turrets to vehicles to airstrikes. To call them in, you have to bring up the radio menu and then type in the corresponding code to whatever move you want. It's easier said than done, especially when you're under pressure. This button entering system is also used to complete a lot of the objectives, and it's a nice way to keep you on your toes, because make one mistake and you have to start it again. And yes, I tried entering the Konami code. Nothing happened. There's a load of these different stratagems, as well as a pretty good variety of weapons, all of which can be upgraded with science. One thing that I did find a little strange though, was this setting for veteran control mode. Don't know what that's about, but I found that with it off, I could only fire fully automatic by just hitting the top of the R2 button. Pressing it normally would mean that the gun wouldn't fire at all, or it would just fire a single shot, but that's it. I didn't even know the PS4 controller could have this kind of mechanic, but there you go, you learn something new every game. Each planet you fight on will have a couple of missions to complete, and each mission will consist of a few different objectives. These are also pretty varied, which means that each game feels different. For example, you may have to blow up an enemy nest, set up a SAM missile launcher, retrieve a black box, or of course you could always get lumbered with the dreaded escort missions. There's even a trophy called "Don't You Just Hate Escort Missions?", which only begs the question, if they knew that no one liked them, then why the hell did they put them in the game? Oh well, they're not too bad, just use a bit of stealth. Each patrol you come across will have a way of signalling in support, which you want to avoid at all costs. Either dodge them entirely, or quickly try and take them out. If you don't, then you know what that means. All hell will break loose. One of the most exciting parts of the match is the escape. Even with all your objectives complete, you have to still wait a minute and a half for your ship to come in and get you out of there. Your ammo's low, your resources are running out, the enemy's right on top of you. It's a manic last minute as you desperately try to survive, because after all, if you die now, then all your hard work was for nothing. Well, maybe a little bit of XP, but that's about it. And then finally, to your relief, your ship swoops in, squashing the surrounding bugs.
Get to the chopper!
And whisks you away back to safety. The game can be played in a single player mode, but it will really get too difficult for one person to handle. This was a game that was made for multiplayer. Ideally, I like to play with just 2 people because I think that with the maximum of all 4, the screen can get a little crowded and you struggle with the camera as it tries to squash you all in. But even with 2 people, you find that pretty soon you hit a brick wall and things just become ridiculously hard. You need a full team to get the best out of this game, but just be warned about one thing: friendly fire. It's not an option. Friendly fire will always be on, and no matter how careful you are, there's always going to be casualties. I mean, just look at the statistics. Even when your stratagems are called in, they can fool and kill your teammates. Hehehe. It's a key part of the game and forces you all to try, at least, to play as a team and coordinate. If you all just run around firing willy-nilly, then you're all going to get yourself killed, probably by each other. So you need to work together and decide who's going to shoot where. You 2 cover left, I cover right, that sort of thing. This isn't an easy game. There's no pause option. It will at times be frustrating, but in the end, I think it's all worth it. So get a team together, because tonight, we dive into hell. And be sure to check out the A's Gaming Moments community over on the PS4, where you can find and start parties to play Helldivers with, as well as any other multiplayer game. Only on PlayStation.